Hi everyone, how are you today? I'm going to show you how to assemble the 3.5-inch diameter circle box that's available at the Silhouette online store and at loriwhitlock.com in SVG format. So the first thing I'm going to show you is, you'll notice that when you cut this box out, there are 4 circles. And if you'll look closely, there are 2 that are a little bit bigger and 2 that are a little bit smaller. And you're going to need to stand those up next to each other. And you can see that this back set is a little bit bigger and this front set here is a little bit smaller. The larger set will be for your lid, so I'm going to set those aside. The smaller set is going to be for the base of the box, so I'm going to use those at the beginning of the tutorial here. This smaller strip is the box top. Will be just a little tiny slip lid box with a tiny lip that goes all the way around the top. And this larger strip will be the base of your box. So we're going to start by folding this and getting it ready to adhere to the bottom of the box. First thing you're going to do is decide which side of the paper is going to be the outside and the inside. So I think this way is going to give me the damask for the base and this lovely quilt type pattern for the lid, or I could do it the other way. And I think I will keep this as my base. So I'm going to fold all the little tabs towards the inside of the box. So if I want this to be on the outside, I'm going to fold all the little tabs in towards the inside of the box. Okay. Once you have all of those going the right direction, you are going to adhere the 2 strips, the 2 ends, of the box base together to form a circle. And this, you'll see, is the wall of your box. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of glue to this little end that's kind of got clipped corners on it. And right at the tip where the corners are stop being clipped is exactly where you need to match up the straight edge on the other end. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on that. You're going to want to get that fastened down really, really well. This will be important to keep your box sturdy. So lining that up right where those little dog ear corners end is exactly where you want this seam to be. Gives you about 1/2 inch to overlap. So I'm going to hold this really nice and tight so that it glues down really well. Okay, once that's dry, I'm going to go ahead and push all of my little flaps just flat against the table, and I'm going to decide which pattern I want to show inside of my box. I think I'll have this quilt pattern show so that when you look inside the box, it all looks like the quilt pattern. And basically what I did is just set it straight down inside of there, and you're going to want to add a little bit of glue before you do that permanently so that it will stay nice and neat. So I'm going to apply some glue to the back side of the bottom, just around the edges, to glue down all those little flaps. And if you get a little extra, it's okay, because we're going to cover the bottom of the box. So go ahead and push that down in there. And push it down there nice and tight all the way around. It should fit just perfectly. From the bottom side, you're going to see this, and it's going to look a little unfinished. But that's why I've included a second circle, so you can cover all those little flaps nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the box over and apply some glue all around the bottom. This glue is getting a little bit clogged at the end. I'm going to be fairly liberal with my glue on the bottom of this because I want this to hold together nice and neatly. And I'm going to get it all the way to the edges so that I don't have any gap when the box is put together. Okay, that looks good. Again, you could cut this out of white or something else if it doesn't matter to you what's on the bottom. Okay, so that finishes off your box very neatly. I'm going to place it on the table and just push everything down really well. And basically your lid is going to assemble exactly the same way. We'll let that dry off to the side here. Your lid is going to assemble the exact same way. It's the same principle and concept. I'm going to have the quilt pattern face out this time, so I'm going to push all those little flaps to the inside. There we go. Okay, get those all going the right way. And now you're going to adhere right to the edge of nice and neatly. Just like we did before, where the little angled corners end, we will adhere the straight edge to that. Don't overlap it too far or you will have a lid that's too tight. Okay, we want that to get sealed really well. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a second. Then I have my two other pieces for the lid. Again, you can choose what side you'd like to have out. You could be really creative and create all sorts of different patterns with double-sided paper. Okay, so I want this to show on the inside, so I'm going to put glue on the outer edge of the quilt pattern. And just so you know, the paper I'm using for this project came from my This and That collection with Echo Park. It's part of the Graceful collection. Really fun pattern papers to work with. Okay, I'm going to take that and place it right inside the lid. Push around the edges nice and neat so everything seals down really well. And now we have an unfinished outside. There's one little flap that's not glued down very well, and I'm going to tack that down just to make sure it doesn't come loose. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and apply some glue to the whole outside of this, making sure to get close to the edge so that we don't have anything lifting at the end. Okay, that is looking really, really good. I'm going to turn it upside down while it's drying. Get it sealed nice and neat. Okay, this is looking really, really nice. Okay, now we're ready to put our lid on top of our box. How cute is that? What a perfect little size for a gift. I also am going to be, well, I won't be giving you a tutorial because I've already done this size, but I have a larger box. Actually, I will go ahead and do a tutorial on that. Never mind on that because they're made for more pieces. You're not able to fit all the pieces on a 12 by 12. So anyways, there's two different size boxes. You could stack them together for a really cute display or something like that. Anyways, I hope you enjoy making this round 3.5 inch box. Actually, it is, yes, exactly 3.5 inches. Have a great day.